What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, wife coach. We are reviewing Ready to Love, the Potomac season episode something. I don't even know what episode this is because I did record the other one but didn't upload it. Episode 10. I think it's 10. Anyway, if you missed me Wednesday on the live, I'm sorry. I had some other stuff happening with the kids that interfered with the time of the live, but we'll be back next week and we can cover both of them where everybody is welcome, not just the men, not just the women, but the men and women, because it'll be the season finale and we can talk about it all. Okay, so we open up the scene and Tommy's like, so you've recommitted to the process because we don't want nobody that they don't want to be here not to be here, and I set up some time with Tina, and as we all know, Tina was a no call no show, honey. She got fired. This wasn't for her. She wasn't ready to love. Yeah, the hair, I like it like this, but I need y'all to see both my eyes. So if I keep messing with my hair, just forgive me. Just forgive me. Know that it's fine, okay? It's just training itself. Just know that it's fine. And then he shares with the fellas, this week is the week that you have the ladies meet your families. Sus familia. Meet, how do you say, como se dice meet? Anybody? Let me know down below in the comments. Anyway, so Clifton introduces Joy to his cousin Diane and his uncle Maurice. And you know, he's a little uncomfortable about this. Like, you know, it's not really what the norm is. It's something different. And keep in mind, these people have not been dating that long. These people have not been dating very long at all. Okay, so meeting your family, I don't know, is that important for y'all? Is it important for your boo, your bae, your potential boo, your bae, your love interest to meet your family? Is that important for you? How important is that for you? Let me know down below in the comments. Rate it 1 to 5, 5 being very important, 1 being I don't give up. Okay, either way, let me know down below in the comments. I think for me, meeting my family is not a huge deal. Because I have the last word, I have the last say. But I like you to meet my brother because my brother checks you out in ways that I probably wouldn't see. And one of my favorite cousins, she's going to give it to me raw about me as it relates to the relationship. But I don't necessarily have to have them meet my potential boo, bae, love interest. Yeah, anyway, so one of the big things was her going to Mexico 6 months out of the year because she's a singer. She goes to Puerto Vallarta for 6 months, so she must sing somewhere at one of the resorts for 6 months out of the year, and the distance between the two of them and how it will affect their relationship. Joy was visibly taken aback by it. She got a little choked up. The uncle recognized that she got a little choked up and was like, yeah, I guess you like him. You feeling him because this is hard for you. And Clifton shares that, guess what? The physical touch part. We just determined that his love language is physical touch. And because she's going to be so far away, that thing he's not going to be able to get to. He's not going to be able to touch her, roll over and touch her, walk down the street and touch her, go to her house, drive to, you know, if needed. So that's the biggest thing, that issue that they have. But the family seems to like her and thinks that she's sincere about how she feels about Clifton. But baby, we see Donovan and Sabrina because they need to have a conversation after the shit she said at the brunch, babe. Remember at the brunch when she was like, I don't think Donovan is ready to love? You know what? Don't deflect. Maybe you're not ready to love and you're just saying that about Donovan. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, when she comes in anywhere, like we always say, she looks like she is coming to a board meeting. Like this is a board meeting and we're sitting down. I have an agenda. We're going to follow this agenda. What I say is what I say is what it is, right? I'm all like, I need her not to seem so cold and callous and have a lack of compassion. If you want people to hear you and feel you, I think you should be a little compassionate in your words. Hers sound like like she's conducting a meeting. I say it every time, but Donovan comes with it. Donovan comes with it and shares what he feels about her. He says that he was offended, first off, that you would say that you would think that I wasn't ready to love. We had a conversation. We communicated about this, but you still have that thought process. In addition, he was like, you haven't been who you said you were. You know, you are, or even what you're asking for. He says that she is not honest, she's not vulnerable, and she's not consistent. And that's what you say you want, but you have not been sharing that. And I'm going to have to agree that I have not seen any of that from her. Because honesty would mean that I would say, I'm not really into this. I'm not feeling you because of this. Instead of trying to find what's wrong with them, understand why you don't want these relationships. That's just me. That's just what I think. I really feel like he called her out and really told her, like, you weren't honest with me or Demetrius. Like, really said that what you say don't match with your actions. The two are not aligned. Then she begins to talk about his fragile ego that these men can't handle. Hold on, y'all. I keep having an issue here. There we go. That these men can't handle a woman having multiple connections. Now, that might have some truth to it, but ma'am, miss, lady, neither can you, because right after that sentence, you talk about because his connection with Carmen was burgeoning, okay, that you decided that you weren't going to move forward, that, yeah, this ain't it, I can't do it. That's what you said, and so that sounds like you can't handle someone with multiple connections. And if we're being honest, if we're being honest, most people cannot handle people with more than one connection, especially if they're not willing to do the work required, because it is something. It is something. You have to be really prepared, in a good space, know who you are in order to handle really more than one connection. Know what your desires are, understand what your boundaries and expectations are, respect the other person's boundaries and expectations, and communicate, not just to share your thoughts and opinion, but actually to hear what someone else is saying. So I don't know, Sabrina, you got nerve trying to call a spade when you really is a spade, and that's the reason why you moved on. And then you kind of go low when you start talking about. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to get my camera fixed. I've been putting it off. Either get my camera fixed or buy me a new one, and that is what I have been putting off. So, sorry, I'm back. I don't know what I said about Sabrina, but what I do know is that Sabrina is full of shit. She was starting to talk about him, like take jabs, saying that his ego was bruised, which it probably was, but so is yours, right? And was also like, while he looking around, smirking, cleaning out his dirty nails. Like, you didn't have to do that. And then, like your best friend said, you're an asshole. Ma'am, so if he had called you a witch with the letter B, would that have been okay? I don't know, y'all. Do y'all feel like those are equivalent? Do you think that it was okay for her to call him an asshole? Like, y'all let me know down below in the comments. Was that appropriate? I don't know, because if we would have if he would have called her an asshole or a bitch or a hoe or any of the derogatory names that you can call a woman, he would have been wrong. He would have been in violation, and we would have been pissed off. And I'm kind of like in my feelings about her saying, you're an asshole, like your friend said. Okay, I'm trying to show y'all that I got clothes on. Y'all know I got clothes on. Y'all saw them just a second ago. Anyway, then we see Dakia and Paul. Paul trying to push a connection that is not there, and Dakia just allowing it to travel along. Like, I don't understand what we're doing and why they are together. Okay, anyway, they're having lunch, and Paul feels like he needs to clear the air about the mess, the busyness of Miss Carmen last week. He clears it up and says, Carmen asked what kind of woman does he like, and he said that he liked one that was sexy or sexual or something to that nature, and then went on to say, does Dakia fit the bill? And what he told her was, mind your business, it's none of your business. Not that Dakia did not fit the bill. You know, I remember that question actually being coming up earlier, I believe it was. And listen, it is what it is. He ain't fooling with Dakia. I mean, with what's her face, Carmen anymore. One of the other things that came out of this is the fact that Dakia said, if you are still interested in a woman like Carmen, then I am not the woman for you. You can go ahead and move on. Keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. You could just go if you think Carmen's behavior and attitude and the way she carries herself is something that you want, then you definitely don't want me because I don't fit the bill. And I understand that. You ever look at your ex's booze, current booze and bays, and be like, so now why he like me? I'm just asking. Let me know down below in the comments, because there's been a myriad of times, many a day, that I've looked at if I'm the ex, I looked at the fresh girlfriend, or if I'm the fresh girlfriend and I'm looking at the ex, like, because, you know, sometimes people have a type, but then there's some people that don't have a type, that just fuck whatever walking. Sorry, I'm not, but I meant what I said. So then he goes on and says, you know, I wanted to give you the option Tommy tasked us with, and I wanted to give you the option to meet my family. Now, in Dakia's vignette, in her confessional, she said that it was a bit soon, that it was a bit much, blase, blase. All I could think was, girl, it's okay to say no, because you can tell that that's not something that you want. So say no. Say, it's a no for me, dog. You know, we're just getting our connection going, and I think it's too soon for me to meet your family. Like, that would have been appropriate for me. I think that would have served better, because number one, he is liking you, but really, you know, it's on shaky ground, but you are interested in him at all. So it's a waste of both of y'all's time, if you ask me. So then we see Donovan introducing Carmen to his mother. It is the first time that we see Carmen with all of her clothes on, fully clothed. Like she even has a jacket over her shoulders. Okay, underneath there is a spaghetti strap. I guess it's a jumpsuit or a dress. But whatever it is way less revealing than what we have seen the entire season. And her clothes haven't been revealing. They've just been very form-fitting, very, very, very body contour-ish. And so we kind of see a different side of her. Like, I feel like this is a different side of her. Like her being able to pull back, to come in and make a good impression and have a conversation. Now, we know she knows how to have a conversation, but we didn't know if she knew how to have a conversation that did not require touchy-feely sexual energy. Now we know. And maybe it's because the mom was there. Who knows? But her and the mom have a conversation. You know, she brings flowers for mom and for her potential bae, right? You know, they get to talking. But one thing I noticed is that Donovan's a mama's boy. It was actually confirmed when she said he was spoiled. But hey, I also forgot that Carmen had a son, because Donovan's mom had mentioned, how do you instill values, ethics and values into your son? And she said something to the effect of wanting him to know that there are more than just, you know, I guess because they're doing well, but I want you to know that people don't do well. I didn't do well. Wanted him to have a view of all aspects of, like, of financial heart. I don't even know what to call it, but being well-rounded, right? Not thinking just because we have money that there is not something else out there. I'm really not saying this the way that I want, but I think y'all might get it. And she mentions that her son has not seen his father in 8 years. Mom was like, and that's his father's loss. Just like I told Donovan, it's his father's loss that he wasn't in his life, that he wasn't around. Donovan gets teary-eyed. This is an issue that Donovan probably has been trying to heal from. Like, we all have things that we try and want to heal from that is hard. This is one of those things that require constant work. So then we see Demetrius and Sabrina together. Oh, wait, let me back up. Oh, that's the thing that hangs up on. Let me back up. Donovan's mother likes her, says that she's a keeper. Says, I hope we get to keep in contact. Let's exchange numbers. Evidently, his mother is a firecracker. And as such, we didn't get to see all of it because, they cut some stuff out. But his mother is a firecracker. And, I guess Carmen saw it. Listen, I'm a firecracker. I don't want to meet nobody. You like them? I love them. Ain't nobody not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he said that his mother feels like nobody's good enough for him. But his mother also repeated that. And I'm all like, that's not fair. I got 2 sons. Whoever makes you happy, as long as you're happy, I'm happy too. Right now, I might have my opinion. If you ask me, I might share it. But don't ask me if you don't want to hear what I have to say. Anyway, so now let's talk about Sabrina and Demetrius. They meet up to talk about where they are. What I did not notice, like, I knew she was very petite, but her neck is very short in comparison, like her head and her neck to her shoulders being wide. So when she walks, that's why it looks kind of like, it looks weird to me. I'm over here Virgoing, analyzing everything. So it looks a little weird, a little off tilt to me. But, whatever. She talks about a few things that they have in common and then says, but there are some concerns that I have. And it's the power dynamic. He was like, yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. I thought that we had a conversation about me not wanting a submissive woman. I want her to be autonomous. But none of the women I've ever dated are submissive. And he means, and so does she, subservient. Okay, like we talked about a couple weeks ago with Dwindle, it's a difference between submissive and subservient, right? Anyway, so he says that's not what he wants in a woman, and she says, well, you're a natural born leader, and you're going to want your girlfriend, your boo, your bae, your spouse to conform to you and your ideas. Now, her saying that changes things. If that's what he wants and that's not who you are, absolutely. Because you're no longer autonomous, right? Then it goes even further and they talk about, she says, you want your wife to take your last name. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't think that it's necessary. He said, that's what everybody does for the most part. That's what he said. That's what we do. Sir, it's not. That is a traditional mindset, a traditional way of thinking. I'm going to let y'all in on a secret. On my marriage license, I am Talisa Webster, okay? That was my husband's last name. Everywhere else, I still carry my maiden name. Everywhere else, I still carry my maiden name. Yeah, I never changed it. I never went to the Social Security office. I never went to the drivers, to the DMV or the Department of Motor Vehicles. I don't know if y'all call it something else. I never went to any of those places to make the changes. So I still carry my maiden name because it is what it is. That's who I am. I did not want to take his name. I did not want to hyphenate my name. I like the way my name sounds. It has a certain ring to it. But, listen, if he was probably still living, would I have eventually changed it? Probably. But I like my name. And y'all already know how I feel about getting married again. I don't think that that's in the cards for me. They're going to have to be really exceptional and have other things that would be okay in our relationship. So I don't know. We talk about that all the time. Anyway, she tells him I'm not taking it. He says it's natural. It's tradition. It's natural. It's not. Y'all got y'all spouse's last name, ladies? If you married, all right, did you keep your maiden name? Are you hyphenated? Did you take your spouse's name? Fellas, if you're married, what name did your wife use? Did she take your name? She kept her name, or is it a hyphenated name? Y'all let me know down below in the comments. He ends up saying, you know what? Okay, I understand. It sounds like he's not unrealistic and unwavering. Like you could have a conversation with him and he's going to say, I understand your point of view. So yes, it's fine. That does not define us as a couple. Because if originally in his mind, he's all like, if you don't take my last name, are we together? Yes, we're still together. I'm still your wife. I just don't have your last name, Demetrius. I am not Mrs. Demetrius. I'm still Sabrina, right? So I think in that respect, in that regards, I don't really like that. Like, just because I don't take your name does not mean we're not an operating unit, that we're not together, that you're not my husband and I'm your wife. Like, and I'm not your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that, I think he needs a little more tweaking, but I also see that he understood eventually, or at least to be amicable, he decided, you know what, this isn't worth the fight. Okay, I get it. I understand you. He says, I now have a better understanding of who she is. After all this time, and you've been liking her, and she been in your top, you ain't had no better understanding until now? Yeah, I don't like that either. However, he says, well, now that that's out the air, my family's in town. I want you to come meet my family. How do you feel about meeting my family? She tells him it's a no for me. That we're not in a space yet that I should be meeting your family. And we need, it's like we're in a strange, awkward place. So it's a no for her. She does not go. Where Dakia should have said no, Sabrina maybe should have said maybe. Maybe, let me think about it. But hers was a flat out no, because she ain't like him no way. But then we see Paul introduce Dakia to her brother. Or to his brother. And Dakia, nope. Paul's brother is like off top. She's given very good answers, but they seem very simulated. They seem like the right answer, but they don't seem genuine. It seems like they're rehearsed. They talk about relinquishing control. Like, would she be able to relinquish the control? Because he likes to be in control. And she said, I'm a leader all day long, so I don't mind coming home and relaxing and letting you lead. But I'm not going to let you lead us down the gutter either. I'm not going on the bridge holding your hand and jumping. I mean, I think any women that hold power of some power of authority, hold some power of authority, feels like this. Like, I don't mind coming home and letting you lead. I'm a boss all day long. I'm in control all day long. I've been in control since I didn't have children. So if someone comes in and shows me that they can function as the head of the household and lead the house, of course, with lots of my input, make sure not to forget me, because I am autonomous. I do my own thing. We're whole ass people, but as it relates to our household, it's a collaborative effort. I will let you lead if it makes sense. And when it doesn't make sense, I'm going to say, now, how about this? Like, so I totally get it. Some of y'all might not, and if you don't, let me know down below in the comments. He just shares that it's textbook. And Paul says she's just reserved. Maybe she was nervous. Paul, it's a no. You're into her and she's not there yet. She's still licking her wounds from Clifton. So I say, Paul, pull up. Paul, you're going to make it to the last episode, but both of y'all need to say no. Neither one of y'all need to meet up and be like, we can continue this as friends. So then we go to the gentleman's lounge, and we're getting the rundown of what we just saw. Like, I don't really need to repeat that, except for two things. When Donovan, maybe more than that. Paul, so Clifton and Joy, we know things went well, right? Family likes them. Paul starts talking about Dakia, and Tommy's like, hold up, swole up. So what makes her different than everyone else? She's a straight shooter. He said, they wasn't straight shooters before that? Your connections before? Then he says, why now? Right, let me see. Yep, why did it take so long? He gives some answer. I don't know. But Tommy is looking at him like we looking at him. Like, this don't make no sense. This look crazy. This sound crazy. Even Dakia knows that this does not feel, sound, or look right. That's why she's so apprehensive about moving like there's no chemistry. Well, they didn't have no chemistry from the first time they was talking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tommy's like, I see you. I'm watching you. Watch yourself. Like, be careful. Yeah. But then here's Donovan, and he talks about, I'm no longer into Sabrina. Why? She lacks accountability. She was teeter-tottering at the getaway between Demetrius and I. But that's not what you said. What you said was she wasn't honest, vulnerable, or consistent, and that she kept, that she was not giving what she wanted given to her. Okay? That she was not reciprocating. There's that word, what she wanted from other people. She wasn't even showing up in that manner. And so that's what he should have said, but that's not what he said. And that he settled on Dakia. Carmen, child. So Demetrius, he shares that his family said no. I mean, he shares that Sabrina said no to meeting his family. Probably like all of us, we were taken aback. Probably like all of us, you've been talking to him all this time. And I don't even know if we were taken aback because she is just been very much so critical of them, looking for something. So I don't know if you were really surprised by her saying no. Y'all let me know down below in the comments if you were surprised by her no, okay? That she didn't want to meet the family. But Tommy was like, if it was me, it would have took the sail out of me. It took the wind out of me. I would have been taken aback. I wouldn't have been able to breathe. It would have been a punch in my gut. You saw Clifton's face with the same reaction, as well as Donovan, and Donovan was thinking to himself, I knew that she wasn't shit, no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, those were the reactions. Everybody except for Demetrius. He made an excuse and said that he understood because we are rebuilding. I don't know what to say about that, but you sound foolish. You haven't seen that the lady has been pulling back from you almost since day one. Like, wasn't really vested in anybody, really? You didn't notice that? Oh, okay, maybe that was just me, Demetrius. I wrote down, she ain't into you, so goodbye. He said, you know what, I think you should have a conversation with Sabrina, and you make the final decision for yourself. Now, you make the decision for yourself with this conversation. And so he sits with Sabrina. And the first thing he says, was I ordered you appetizers. That was a red flag for her. Don't order me nothing. I can do it myself. Don't choose for me. That's how I felt when I saw that. Anyway, and she began to say how, he started off by saying, we were in the gentleman's lounge. I told Tommy you didn't want to meet my family. And I think at this point, she probably felt like she was being eliminated. Ma'am, you're too close to the end. The couples that are here are the couples that are here. But nonetheless, she said, you know what? I understand what you're saying, but for me and my family, a boyfriend doesn't meet my father, only when it's time to get married. Oh, okay. All right. And that's a pretty big step, right? And the bigger thing was that we're in an emotional disconnect, that we aren't connected. We don't want the same thing. We're not in the same place. We don't see things the same way. We may have some things in common, but we are different. And so she says to him, you are not my person. Now, I wasn't surprised, but Demetrius showing the hell was. Like, he was shocked that she was like, I'm going to remove myself from the process now because you are not my person. And I really feel like she thought she was about to get eliminated. I really do. Because I feel like she would have drugged this out into the last episode and went ahead and did like Sabrina last season and say no. No, it's a no for me, dog. We don't connect. These are the things that I don't like about you. I feel like she would have done that. But as we can see, that's not what happened. I wrote down, he was like, what the fuck in his expression. He was shocked by it. But I also wrote down, she lacks compassion. She lacks compassion and kindness and empathy when she is talking to people, which delivers the blows even harder. She didn't have to say, you're not my person. She could have just been like, right, I don't feel like now is the time that we, connect as one. Maybe we can keep dating later. Or no, let's not even say that. Let's just, you're not my person. It's just like, it's a pretty bad thing. I'm trying to figure out a better way to say that, maybe, I'm one of those people that just take the blame and hold the accountability. I realize that what I want I need to figure out more of what I want. I have so many dislikes that it's clouding my judgment on what I feel about the people that are around me. Anything other than you are not my person. He was like, I'm disheartened. I'm taking it back a little bit, but I'm going to deal with it. It's cool. It's not cool, but I'll be fine. That's how we end this. It was disappointment, and that is going to weigh on him. This is the end of episode 10. We only have one more episode left. Just hang in there, one more episode, because I need better people. I need them to come out of Potomac. I don't even know if I'm going to review this again next season, because I ain't even got my schedules together. Like, I need to probably take a pause and really regroup and regroup and gather myself together to really be able to put myself in all of these full force, full-fledged. Really need to do that. Anyway, listen, let me know how you felt about this episode down below in the comments. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love, episode number 10. I think that's the right episode. If it's your first time visiting my channel, I know. I'm talking about her consistency and I don't have it, but you can still go ahead and click the subscribe button and become a ray of sunshine. Next to that is the notification bell. Click it too, so you are alerted of the videos that I upload moving forward. Share it with your friends so that they can come and be part of the conversation, however long, short, far, few between, quick that they are. And then like this video because you like me. You like that you can see my tattoos today. You like that I don't have on fake eyelashes, that these are actually my lashes. I'm trying to wear some mascara. Or that I've changed my hair for the umpteenth time since you've been here. Go ahead and like it. Know that I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.